big bad Ochama.
Hey there, folks. This is your Big Bad Ochaba once again, and we are going to be doing another episode of Blazin Bowl. All right, on today's episode, we're going to be doing the George's Reserve. Let's get a good picture of that. There we go. That's a little better. Yeah. All right. So George's Reserve. It is Nicaraguan wrapped in Ecuadorian Connecticut shade. So we'll go ahead and give this our standard little punch cut and give it a light up and see how it tastes, huh? Guys, you'll have to forgive me for not using my camera stand here. The winds here lately on the southern Oregon coast have been absolutely nuts. So, of course, then again, the winds all over the U.S. have been bad. I know down in home Alabama, it's been bad. It's been rough. So, everyone stay safe. That's for damn sure. Dry pool is nice and airy. It's not too difficult or anything crazy like that. Ooh, that wind is fighting me. You think I'd be smart enough to go ahead and have some sort of shelter set up for this sort of thing, huh? All right. Now that's really nice. The creaminess and smoothness is very forefront and like, what did I say, Nicaraguan? That's really smooth and creamy for Nicaraguan tobacco. But then again, that's also wrapped in Ecuadorian, so that kind of makes sense. That's pretty tasty. It's very creamy. We definitely are getting a little bit of burn in the sinuses. We're getting a little peppery notes in. It's not bad though. There's a few notes there I'm trying to figure out, but that's really nice. It's really nice. The smoke itself is really thick, really chewy, but it's really creamy. Like I said, there's a little bit of some spicy, really earthy, really muted tones there. It's really good though. It's not bad. The spice is kind of hitting like black pepper and something else. It's like if you took marshmallow and took the sweetness out of marshmallow and just had that creamy smoothness with no sweetness, almost like a negative sweet. It's just a slight bitter, but it's not very bitter at all, to the point where it's any kind of puckering, any kind of sour, anything like that. It's really nice. Wow. We are burning. I mean, as pretty as you please. I almost couldn't even ask for a better burn at this point with this kind of Oregon wind going. Looks like the river otters are back at it again. It's about that time. Not river otter, river seal. Land seals. Little seals that come up from out of the ocean, running up and down here on the rogue. It's crazy. It's almost got like a little hint of dryness. Not in the tobacco like dry, like sandy, but dry like if you're comparing like wines itself. Like, you know, you've got your sweet, your semi-sweet, your dry, extra dry, yada yada yada. This one kind of, it, like I said, it's as if you took a marshmallow and took the sweetness out of it, but still kept that fluff, that creamy, thick kind of feel. That's really interesting. Then you incorporated some black pepper, maybe a few other little fragrant ground spices, maybe a little cumin, maybe a little coriander, you know, just more earthen allspice sort of. But definitely that black peppery note to go with the really smooth, velvety, creamy. Velvety's not good. Fluffy. Fluffy is a better descriptor. You know, they were saying that this could very well be a morning, evening, really any time go-to, and I can't really say otherwise. This is really good, especially this first third. Let's see how the rest of it ends up going. I would definitely call this a medium. And like, it's kind of deceptive. Like, it'll start off really mild, and like, it's not that the flavor has changed any, but it definitely has picked up in intensity a bit more. The further down that we're going, it's really nice. That's really good. I see why it's called George's Reserve. Like, that's nice. The spice that I was picking up earlier has seemed to have transitioned a little more into it's now tasting more along the lines of, like, you still have that super creamy and super fluffy, like an unsweet marshmallow, but you're also picking up like notes of pecan, notes of cashew, just a little nutty, little earthy on that part. More pecan. Definitely more pecan. That's really nice. As you can tell, the ash is still holding on pretty solidly. That's always a good win too. Sporting the it's all just a conspiracy shirt. Yeah, that's holding really nice and strong thus far. Good flavor. Still very presentable. It doesn't feel like this would be what I would call like a bully cigar or anything like that, where you're going to be just walking into the room or walking into the lounge and be like, folks, this is much more relaxed, much more refined, much more laid back. This feels like this really does feel like in any occasion. This is really nice. I like it a lot thus far. As we're coming into this next end of the cigar, I'm picking up more of those woody notes. Still has that really nice like I said, marshmallow sort of feel. Marshmallow without being sweet. I mean, it is very unsweet. Like I said, it's very not inherently bitter, but definitely unsweet. But that's not a bad thing. I do tend to like sweet tips and such a little bit more, but that's not bad. This is really good in comparison. Normally I don't like Nicaraguan blends, but this is pretty solid. The woody notes are coming more, like I said, pecan flavor was coming out. I'm definitely getting like pine. And just like the gentlest hint of like a sweet pollen, almost like a honeysuckle, But once again, just there's no sweetness. It's just very floral. Maybe more like daffodil or something like that. Alright, and we just now lost our stack of pancakes, but you know what? Oregon wind. That's all I can tell you right now. Yeah, this very much. Yeah, no, this would be really good as like an after meal. I feel like this is an after meal. It's not quite slapping you as hard as like a full body would. Definitely medium. It opens up more mild plus. Once you get past that, it does definitely go back to that medium. This is pretty damn good, guys. If you haven't tried the George's Reserve, I highly recommend it already. We'll have to get back to you with the score, but right now it's looking pretty promising. Well, excuse me. So, coming into the kind of the back end of it, the woody is definitely much more pronounced now. That fluffiness is starting to kind of fade on out a little bit more. It's still really good. I dare say it's actually kind of building a little bit more in the intensity. That black pepper that's been there the whole time is kind of growing a little bit more. The woody definitely is kicking in a little bit more. It's still really nice, still really good. You know, sitting here looking on it, appearance was good, construction's great, burned very evenly, very smoothly the entire time. I want to say this has been about a 30-minute smoke. The flavor in and of itself has been very solid throughout. It's given quite a little bit of a journey, starting off with like that unsweet, dry marshmallow, going more earthen tones, going more pine and pecan wood, and getting more woody and more earthened and coming out of it a little more. Burn's been good. Ash has held good. I would definitely smoke this again. This would definitely be, if it wasn't for the price point, this would definitely be in like a weekly rotation or something like that. They are a little pricey, from my understanding, from what I'm seeing. Not too terribly bad. Do I detect a little leathery undertone there? Not bad. Coming in at the tail end of it, kind of getting a little more of a leathery bite. I'm gonna definitely call this. I'm real confident in this one. I'm gonna call it a 4 3/4. 4 3/4, 4.75. It's I mean, it's just, it looked great, smelled great, tastes great. Normally I'm a little bit more about sweeters, but like this was great. Like even as it being more dry, more bitter. Man, I'm gonna sit out here and nub this one, guys. Yeah, George's Reserve, 4 3/4. George and 3/4 Foreman's. George and 3/4 Foreman's. That's what we're calling it. And as always, folks, I appreciate you guys checking out the cigar review. I really am going to sit here and nub this thing. If you have enjoyed the content, make sure to hit those likes and subscribes for me. Sitting here sporting, like I said, the conspiracy shirt. Yeah, just once again, I appreciate you guys checking it out. Keep an eye out for the next Marble run. That way we can figure out what we're going to be smoking on next. So stay tuned. Till next time, big bad out.